What's up, my wonderful peeps? It's your boy Sports to the Bone here again, man. Keeping you informed as per usual. Shout out to all the viewers and subscribers. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, my people. So there has been many comparisons of different cricketers throughout the years. Some of the most legendary and famous comparisons we have had are Lara versus Tendulkar, Glenn McGrath versus Wasim Akram, and Shane Warne versus Muthaiya Muralitharan. It is clear that as long as competitive cricket is being played, there is going to be some form of comparisons. Virat Kohli and Steve Smith, who made their debut in 2008 and 2010 respectively, are currently the most consistent and dominant Test and One Day batsmen currently playing the game. Fans are, however, at a loggerhead as to who is the most dominant and dependable player. In this video, I am going to let the numbers do the talking, looking at the truest format of cricket, which is Test cricket. So stay tuned and have a listen to the numbers. Alright, so before we dive into the numbers, just bear in mind that home advantage is very important in all sports, especially cricket. Knowing the pitch can contribute to team winning or losing. Having said that, let us now take a look at how Smith and Kohli performed at home. By the way, quick shout out to Crick Tracker. This is where I pulled most of the information from online. Now, Kohli has played 39 matches to Smith's 34. In those 39 matches, Kohli batted 60 innings, while in his 34 matches, Smith has batted 57 innings. Kohli has scored 3,558 runs to Smith's 3,344 runs. Kohli's average is at 68.42, while Smith's average is at 71.15. So we see where Smith is edging Kohli right there where average is concerned. Kohli's strike rate stands at 60.92, while Smith averages at 55.67. It is clear that Kohli is a much more attacking player in comparison to Smith. As it regards to Test century, the two players are dead even with 13 centuries apiece. Kohli has scored 100 every 4.61 innings, while Smith has so far scored 100 every 4.38 innings. So it is expected that Smith will score his centuries a bit fast as regards to matches in comparison to Smith. So far, Kohli has amassed 10 50s, while Smith has amassed 12 50s. So that is what the basic outline looks like when you put up the numbers for the two players. So Kohli, playing 39 matches, has played 5 more than Steve Smith. This has given him the opportunity to bat in more innings than Smith. The runs scored are not too far apart, however, as we see that Kohli with 3,558 runs has scored just 214 more runs than Smith, who has 3,344 runs. Now, it is important to note that both Smith and Kohli bats at number 3. This gives them the opportunity to bat similar amount of overs. So both of them usually comes in after one of the opener gets dismissed. So they bat at number 3. Now, average is something that statisticians mostly focus on when comparing batsmen. Having played similar amount of matches, Smith average is slightly ahead of Kohli's. Smith scores at an average of 71.15, while Kohli scores at an average of 68.42. So there we see that Smith's average is a bit higher. Having said that, it is key to note that Kohli is much more attacking. So the mere fact that Smith is basically a defensive player, it is likely that Kohli would have been dismissed more time than Steve Smith. So we see there where Steve Smith is leading as regards to the test average while playing at home. So these averages that we are looking at is the players playing at home. Yeah, man. So Smith 71.15 while playing at home, and Kohli 68.42 while playing at home in Test cricket. So both players are dead even where centuries are concerned, with 13 apiece. Now both players are pretty consistent as they score 100 every 4 point something innings. Kohli scores 100 every 4.61 innings, while Smith scores 100 at a better rate at 4.38. Half centuries are pretty similar as well, with Smith leading Kohli by 2 with 12 to 10 respectively. Yeah, man, so Smith still leading the half century bracket there. Now, with this information, it is safe to say Smith is slightly ahead where home advantage is concerned. Now, let us now take a look at overseas performances. So, for the overseas performances as regards to Test cricket, Kohli has so far played 47 matches, batting in 85 innings, while Smith has played 39 matches, batting in 74 innings. So, Kohli has played 8 matches more than Smith. Kohli has scored 3,682 runs at an average of 44.36, while Smith has scored 3,883 at an average of 57.10. So we see where Smith average is a bit higher than Kohli here, because Kohli at 44.36 and Smith at 57.10. So Kohli's Smith average is a bit higher as regards to playing Test cricket overseas. Yeah, man. So once again, Smith is ahead. So Kohli, however, has managed to score more centuries with 14 compared to Smith 13 centuries. Once again, Smith edges Kohli with the amount of 100 scored per innings. Smith scores his 100 at 5.69 per innings, while Kohli goes at 6.07 per innings. So Smith has taken the lead there again. Smith has 17 50s while Kohli has 12. So Smith is in the lead there again. Now, once again, we see where both players are pretty even. Yeah, man, pretty even. But it is, however, key to note that Smith scores his runs at an average of 57.10, while Kohli goes at an average of 44.36. So, you know, Smith in the high 50s while Kohli in the mid 40s as regards to the amount of runs that are scored while playing international Test cricket overseas. Now, one should remember that in cricket, the truest test of a player is how well they perform in overseas country while conditions are not in their advantage. So, you know, that is the best way to look and to judge a cricketer as regards to their technique and their temperament when they actually go overseas to play cricket, because they are not used to the conditions, and there and then you will see which cricketer is able to adapt better to the conditions that they are exposed to. Alright, so now we're going to look at the ways in which bowlers usually try to get these players out. Now, the mode in which a player gets out is usually attributed to how technically sound they are and also their temperament. When you're talking about technique, we're talking about a batsman's ability to negotiate whether it is a fast in-swinging yorker, out-swinging ball, a slower ball, whatever is they are put up to come against. It also has to do with their temperament. You know, how them know if muggle them innings, whether they must attack or defend and them thing there. Now, it is key to note that Kohli is one of the most orthodox and technically sound player in the game today. Having said that though, Smith's style of batting has somewhat showed that a player doesn't necessarily has to be an orthodox cricketer to be effective. So once again, you know, Kohli being technically sound and orthodox, Smith is technically sound also, but is not the most orthodox cricketer you will see. So once again, a very good matchup here as we take a look at their mode of dismissal. Alright, so as we go down in the information, make we see what's going on here. Now, Kohli's aggressive style of batting means that he gets out caught more often than not. So Kohli is very orthodox, very technically sound, but he's an aggressive player. So he tends to play the ball in the air a lot. So he usually gets out caught more often than not. Smith, on the other hand, now is he moves around a lot at the crease. He's usually fidgeting and things. So this means that he more often than not he will get out either LBW or bowled. Yeah, man. So Kohli orthodox and technically sound, but he's very aggressive. So he usually gets out caught trying to take on the bowler. While Smith moves around a lot, always walking across his thumb. So he usually gets trapped before the wicket, LBW. So those are the two main ways that both players usually get out. All right. So having covered both home and away performances of these two great players, it is now time to take a total look at the numbers. All right. So we see where Kohli's 86 matches has yielded 7,240 runs at an average of 53.62. Now he has 2,722 50s. Alright, so Kohli not bad, 86 matches, 7,000 odd runs at an average of 53.62, and so far amassed 2,722 half centuries. Now Steve Smith, on the other hand, in 73 games he has played so far, he has scored 7,227 runs at an average of 62.84. He has 26 centuries and 29 50s. So all in all, Smith averaged 62.84 while Kohli averaged 53.62. So that is almost a good gap there, you know, cause Smith averaging 62 and Kohli averaging 53. So that's a good average there for Smith. But all in all, both players are very good players. They will go down in the record book for their own unique style of batting. You know, but at the end of the day, the average will do the talking. Both players are still pretty young. I mean, they probably have a good 5 to 6 more years to play international cricket at the top level. So there is much more to come. And I mean, these stats that we have looked at here, these are stats that were done, as I said, by Cricket Tracker. They are probably not the current, the latest stats, but it's a good matchup, a good head-to-head of both players. Now, having heard all the numbers as it relates to their performances, what say you, my friends? Steve Smith or Virat Kohli? What say you? Please remember to like, share, leave us a comment. If you have not yet subscribed, remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm out.